innovation and smarter delivery systems. At the center of these discussions is the recently convened FEMA Roads Summit, where key stakeholders across government and the private sector examined the future of road management in Nigeria. For the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, the summit presented an opportunity to reassess priorities, strengthen partnerships, and explore new approaches to maintaining the country's vast federal road network. What does this mean for road users? How will new ideas translate into better roads on the ground? And can emerging funding models help address long-standing challenges in the sector? On this edition of Roads Renewed, we speak with the Managing Director of FEMA, Engineer Chukwuemeka Agbasi, PhD, who shares insights into the agency's direction following the summit, including new maintenance strategies, funding outlook, and key targets for the year. We will also take you to Anambra State, where ongoing intervention works in Obeledu community in Anambra South Senatorial District, where the rehabilitation work is improving access, restoring mobility, and supporting local economic activities. Stay with us. Roads Renewed continues after this short break.
We've all felt it. The dangerous potholes that destroyed our cars and caused accidents, the bad roads, the washout, the cut-off bridges and embankments that prolong our journey time. But across Nigeria, something new is happening. Committed officials of the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency FEMA are on the ground. They are not just patching the potholes, they are monitoring, updating and reporting the conditions of our roads, undertaking maintenance operations and renewing hopes, connecting our communities one bit by bit. From bustling markets to long-haul journeys, better roads mean safer trips, faster trade, enhanced security, reduced vehicle maintenance costs, and more precious time with loved ones. This is the commitment of FEMA, investing in our infrastructure, investing in our future. Roads Renewed, FEMA, connecting Nigeria.
Welcome back to Roads Renewed. From the conversations at the FEMA Roads Summit, attention is now turning to implementation. How those discussions translate into real action on Nigeria's roads. What changes can we expect? How is FEMA positioning itself to deliver more effective and sustainable maintenance outcomes? And what role will funding and partnerships play going forward? The Managing Director of FEMA, Engineer Chukwuemeka Agbasi, PhD, joins us in an interview in the course of the week to provide clarity on these issues, outlining the agency's priorities and the practical steps being taken to improve road conditions across the country. Let's hear from him. Today we are joined once more by the MD CEO of FEMA, Engineer Chukwuemeka Agbasi. Earlier this year, FEMA held a road summit where stakeholders from across the country and internationally gathered to discuss strategies for maintaining Nigerian roads. We are going to be discussing the journey so far. Welcome to the show, Engineer Chukwuemeka Agbasi. Nice to meet you again.
Thank you.
So could you tell us about the key takeaways from the Road Summit and what are the strategies that FEMA is currently implementing?
The Road Summit is themed Sustainable Road Infrastructure for Socio-Economic Growth of Nigeria. By that, sustainability is actually underpinned by planned road maintenance, which ensures the serviceability of the road infrastructure, and also the durability aspect of it, which is making sure that you have a good, durable design and also durable materials to be used for the construction
throughout the year for road maintenance.
But what was said at the summit is actually in sync with what FEMA is looking at. How do we improve our technical governance and also our operational efficiency? So one of the issues that we looked at, the agency is considering, is how do we minimize abortive or repeat work. And by abortive or repeat work is going back and repeating the same work over so many times. So we felt that better coordination and planning would go a long way in minimizing abortive or repeat work, and also reaching out to agencies like NIMET, Nigerian Meteorological Agency, or Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency, that gives seasonal climate prediction for areas that are prone to flooding. And also with respect to those with that data now, is to analyze it, identify.
Do Community is a quiet agrarian community in Abuja local government area of Anambra State. For years, this community faced a major challenge: poor road infrastructure, worsened by erosion and environmental degradation. Farmers struggled, movement was difficult, economic activities slowed. Obilidu is known for cassava and plantain farming, but without motorable roads, transporting produce to markets became a daily struggle. Heavy rains carved gullies across the earth roads, cutting off homes and livelihoods. In response, the federal government of Nigeria, through the Federal Road Maintenance Agency (FEMA), initiated intervention works in the community. The project focuses on maintenance and palliative measures on roads and drainage systems in Obilidu and surrounding areas. According to the Federal Road Maintenance NGB, the road was originally an earth road, severely limiting mobility and economic growth, necessitating quality control, which is central to the project execution, and extensive testing, which ensures that every material used meets engineering standards.
Originally here the road was earth, and the livelihood of the people here were negatively.
The scope of work includes drainage construction, subgrade preparation, sub-base and stone-base layering, and final asphalt overlay. These steps transform the once impassable road into a durable transport corridor. Beyond infrastructure, the project delivers real impacts to the people. Reduced travel time, improved access to markets, enhanced safety and economic growth. It has also created employment opportunities. The community expresses deep appreciation to the federal government and FEMA for restoring access and hope.
This road was suffering environmental devastation. Gullies, so many terrible things. People cannot enter their house because of erosion. And we are very happy. If you look around, you see the wonderful work FEMA is doing for us. So we are very, very grateful to the federal government of Nigeria under the leadership of Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu. We are very, very grateful. And also Dr. Chukwuemeka Agbasi, the MD of FEMA, and Engineer Uche, the Anambra State Director. They have been following up this project and it's going very, very well. Also the contractor, we are very grateful to him. The quality of work he's doing is following the standard and we are very happy.
The scope of work we executed, or we have executed so far, includes construction of line drain.
That brings us to the end of today's edition of Roads Renewed. You can stay connected with us on our official platforms: Facebook, official FEMA Nigeria headquarters; X, @FedRoadsNGR. You can email us info@fema.gov.ng or visit our website www.fema.gov.ng. Until next time, I'm Kosi Anyao. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.
It's going well, but here comes Okabari and Jet Okabari. Takes it, tucks it, buries it!
From the football prowess of Kano Uwakwo to the track dominance of Blessing Okabari, Nigerian athletes continue to excel. Chioma Ajunwa, the first Nigerian woman to win an Olympic gold medal.
applying the pressure from the rest and trying to come back. And Amuzan taking it. Amuzan, well, getting consolation there.
Join us as we witness the determination, resilience and passion.
No, it goes in. Scoufet unlucky, but it's that old combination from last season.
This is the most outstanding, the best woman football player on the African continent, Asisat Oshuala.
In the early 2000s, where the administration then put in a policy that compelled local broadcasters to do more of local music on radio stations and TV stations than international music. Prior to then, at different outlets, individuals were mostly listening to international content. But that was a defining moment in the history of Afrobeats in Nigeria, because from then on, we started to consume a lot more Nigerian music content, and the story today speaks for itself.
Africa is not the next frontier. It is the frontier. We have to work together, the content creators, the government, policymakers, the private sector. We have to collaborate closely to ensure that we are able to take our souls to the world. We can only make the digital space better. It is imperative that we do to export our games, our music, our videos, our digital platforms are available that you can actually monetize your content using. So the content creators need to understand, they need to go and learn how to use these platforms properly, how to monetize, how to distribute, target audience. There's so much stuff they can learn so that the migration will be easier when the time comes.
This is the network service of the NTA.
In the quiet hours before dawn across homes in Sokoto, women begin a journey meant to bring forth life, a journey of hope, of expectation, of new beginnings. Yet for too many families, this journey ends not in celebration, but in grief. Childbirth, a moment that should mark joy, too often becomes a time of mourning. Nigeria carries one of the heaviest burdens of maternal death in the world, and in the northern region, the toll is even more severe. Here in Sokoto, the risk of a woman dying during childbirth is not just a statistic. It is reality, a recurring tragedy.
So that's what gives birth to increased number of ANC that we have now. And definitely, the higher the number of
ANC, that's the acceptance of going to ANC, the lower number of maternal mortality, in the sense that it was during the ANC that they will be enlightened and informed and educated about the danger signs of pregnancy, danger signs during labor and delivery, so that as they start seeing those symptoms or signs, they should rush to the hospital. Another thing is that the government policies, like this CEMONC program.
This is CEMONC, this is a program that brought by the federal government in collaboration with the state government, whereby the women, pregnant women, when they are in their terminal, they reach the delivery age of their pregnancy, for example, or rather they can deliver, the CS is there, which is free. The government is giving it free to them. That is what is called CEMONC. It's free. And then we have higher rate of number of our patients that are coming, and successfully everything is going well. So you see, emergency is there.
Maternal mortality refers to the death of a woman during pregnancy, childbirth, or within 42 days after delivery.
The doctor or the healthcare worker should recognize that the pregnant woman is a special being. It's not just her, she has a baby. Meaning that the hospital must be responsive to all of her needs, both health promoting, preventive, and then treatment. So she must have effective, qualitative antenatal care. She must have effective, qualitative delivery services. When she delivers, she must have effective, qualitative postpartum care. But having said all this, perhaps the most important thing is emergency obstetric and newborn care. That if all else has failed, at the time that the woman comes and she requires the service, we are available to offer qualitative, responsive service to take care of the complication at the point. Because you will agree with me, even if a woman has attended antenatal and then starts bleeding at night and she comes to the hospital and the hospital does not have a blood bank or a theater, it's work done zero. So emergency obstetric care becomes the very center. Luckily for us, the federal government is spearheading the comprehensive emergency obstetric and newborn care, and we have seen in our center significant improvement.
Studies reveal alarming figures. In Sokoto, maternal mortality ratios have reached as high as 2,151 deaths per 100,000 births, even within hospital settings. Among adolescent girls, the situation is even more troubling, with figures rising to nearly 4,863 deaths per 100,000 births.
In the last few years, our statistics have been improving, but they are not where they should be, because some of the latest figures tell us that the maternal mortality ratio for Nigeria ranges from anywhere between 993 to 1,047 deaths for every 100,000 live births. So when you look at it, basically it means that for every 100 deliveries, one woman will die. In fact, to make it more dramatic, it says that every 7 minutes, there's a woman who is dying because she got pregnant. So the statistics are really gloomy for us. When you compare with some other countries that will have as low as 15 per 100,000 life births, then you understand that we are really, really far behind.
You will see the impact of those hospital interventions, whether it is a manual something or CS, because there is equipment now in the hospital, there is skills and training in the hospitals. So it is, in short, or let me say, in summary, there is significant improvements when it comes to reduction in number of maternal mortality or pregnancy-related deaths.
Globally, a woman in a developing country is more likely to die during childbirth than her counterpart in the developed world. Nigeria remains one of the epicenters of this crisis. Aisha's case is a pathetic one of the many difficult cases seen in hospitals daily. Aisha has a multiple pregnancy. After delivering the first baby, the second is not coming. At this point, doctors must act quickly. An emergency cesarean section is needed to safely deliver the remaining baby and protect the life of the mother. Situations like this remind us why regular antenatal care is so important. When women attend clinics consistently, potential complications can be detected early and managed before it becomes life-threatening. The causes of these deaths are well known: severe bleeding, infections, high blood pressure, and most critically, delays.
And then there's the problem of poverty, where people are unable to afford even the legal services that are available. And coupled with that is poor education. People do not actually know what they're supposed to do. People do not know that once a woman gets pregnant, she's supposed to come to the hospital and be seen regularly. People assume you wait until there's trouble. Meanwhile, part of our services will be preventive rather than just treatment. The majority of our women deliver at home. And obviously, if she's delivering at home, there's no risk assessment. There's nobody who's going to respond when the trouble has occurred. And usually by the time they make the decision to come to the hospital, it will usually be too late. So it's multifactorial for us.
And the causes usually changes over time based on the interventions given and some other factors. So for now, in our environment here, right here in the northwestern part of Nigeria, specifically Sokoto, most of the major cause of maternal mortality is hypertensive disorders in pregnancy. This is followed by sepsis and then postpartum hemorrhage. This hypertensive disorders in pregnancy has been shown to be the major cause. It ranges in 2020, 24, 2025. It accounts for almost 50% of the causes of maternal mortality, and it comprises of eclampsia, pre-eclampsia, chronic hypertension in pregnancy, and they come as serious morbidities that in some cases we may not be able to intervene and prevent that maternal mortality. Then sepsis. In most cases, by the time they present late with septicemia, it has spread all around, ranging from during an abortion process or during the postpartum period. Then sepsis is the second cause.
These are not mysterious diseases. They are preventable, treatable, manageable, when care is timely. Experts often explain maternal death through what is known as the 3-delay model. Each delay increases the risk. Together, they can be fatal.
Before they will decide it's something that requires the hospital, our people give them ubutu to drink. They will pray for them. They will do all kinds of things. So that delay, before they will even decide that they should go to the hospital, is one of the delays. Then the next delay is, we have decided that we want to go to the hospital. How do we reach the hospital? So delay in reaching the hospital is another thing, because those ones that are within Sokoto, at least, is a bit better. Now with the ambulance services, they can call the ambulance and then the ambulance will pick them and will bring them to the hospital. But those ones that are outside Sokoto, so with the problem with security now, so before they could even reach Sokoto, it's another thing. And when they reach the hospital, then the third delay in initiating the intervention that they have come with. So usually the first and the second delay are the ones that we require the community effort, because they need to know that if you see this, then you need to go to the hospital. And once we do, part of birth preparedness and complication readiness is we ask our pregnant women, now that the pregnancy has reached the society, do you have somebody that is going to bring you to the hospital when you are in labor or when there's a complication? Have you made arrangement for the money that you are going to use to transport yourself and to initiate some things before other things will be put in place? So those ones, we need community to be aware. We need the husbands to be aware. We need the parents to be aware. However, those ones in the hospital delay in initiating care. In this hospital, we have so many interventions that have been put into place in order to combat this delay in initiating interventions in the patient. We have PACs. We have made arrangement for PACs for emergency obstetrics and gynecological.
Cultural beliefs and long-standing traditions continue to shape maternal health decisions. In many communities, childbirth remains a deeply traditional process, often managed outside formal healthcare systems.
Na fara unguwar zoma, yar uwata take unguwar zoma, naga tana yi, ina sa ido tana yi, to ni kuma sai na zo na koya.
I have been assisting with home deliveries for 33 years, having learned and practiced from my aunts. I have not experienced complications. I measure and tie the umbilical cord using my fingers, ensuring a tight knot before cutting.
Sai ka ɗaure shi sosai, in ka ɗaure shi sosai, sannan sai ka sa reza, sai ka yanke. In ka yanke shi to shi kenan.
Traditional birth attendants deliver over 70% of births in rural areas. They are trusted, accessible, affordable. But in the face of complications, they are often ill-equipped to respond to emergencies.
There are some women that they feel they are already experienced, that there may not be need for the ANC, they are already aware of it. And then for some, it might be the distance, some it might be because they are not empowered. So because for a woman to come to antenatal is something that needs periodic coming from your home every time. We take come in 2 weeks, come in 4 weeks, come in 1 week, weekly visit. So for some, we are too reserved in this environment that we will not allow that kind of going out for antenatal for our women. And then so the cost might be a problem, because women may not be empowered to pay for the services themselves. It's not too expensive for some working class, but for a woman that depends on the husband alone, he has 10 children or 20 children taking care of them, so he may not take antenatal. She's fine, she's not having a problem, why would she go to hospital? So they rather wait until when problem sets it, instead of coming for ANC to detect the problem and solve the problem.
Some women, they will come and do their ANC. They have their file, they come for subsequent visit, and when the labor started, they decided to remain at home until when the labor failed. Then they will decide to come to the facility, because they already have they have already opened their file. So they will come when there is any complication. Maybe she will deliver her baby and the placenta refuses to come out. Or maybe she delivers, the placenta is out, and the bleeding continues. So they cannot arrest the bleeding. They come to the facility.
Most of them, when they deliver at home, are usually because either the afterbirth has not been delivered or the womb has not contracted very well, meaning it is not strong enough to prevent bleeding from coming. So once they come, we already have those parts that I told you, so we'll get them and then we initiate the management. And what we are trying to do in most cases is we do a feedback. So if a patient comes from a so community and this is the complication we identify, we try to reach out to that community through the head of department, so that we can let them know that so person comes with so thing, and this is what we do. So let them train, let them find out what the problem is, so that to prevent future occurrences of those things that have happened.
I know that there are persons who think that the traditional birth attendants have a significant role to play because they are in the rural areas, they are the ones taking care of pregnant women, except they are the only assistants that the pregnant woman will get. So people assume that that is in itself a useful thing. I have a slightly different perspective, in the sense that giving effective care means that you must actually be qualified, skilled, that's the term, to give the care. The fact that the TBA is present when a woman delivers does not mean the TBA herself has been useful. 85% of women will get pregnant, have a normal pregnancy and deliver with or without me. We have known this since history. Only about 15% of pregnancies will be complicated, and those are the ones that actually require expert care. For them to get good care, someone has to be present who can identify danger signs and respond to them. The TBA does not have this training. The TBA will not know how to monitor the cervix. The TBA will not know how to offer emergency, essential newborn care if the baby is born. Simple things like clearing the airways and helping the baby to breathe. She will not be able to do this. I know that the federal government is working towards improving community maternity services by having midwives.
Behind every statistic is a woman, a life, a family, a future. Women who carry not just children, but hopes and dreams.
I know the importance of ANC because they are telling us to take our folic acid and persolate and vitamin C. That is the ANC drugs for pregnant women, and they are telling us to give birth in the hospital. Now,
I gave birth in the hospital because I know the importance. You will deliver safely and you will be well cleaned up. And even if there is complications, you will be well taken care of. I am here for my ANC. My first delivery was at home, impromptu, but after delivery, we went to the hospital for observation.
Sai daga baya da an ka wanke yarinya sai mun ka je asibiti an ka ce ba matsala. I know the importance of ANC. It's good to check our baby, to check our the pregnant woman, the thing where you go chop. I advise them say if they get belly, make them they come hospital. Hospital is good than stay for house. If you don't feel anything, come hospital, come and explain to them. They will give you medicine. I made them give you tests. May you go to carry come for doctor.
Pregnancy is not a woman's burden alone. When men listen, when they plan, when they act, lives are saved.
Our male partners, community leaders, religious leaders, they have a very significant role to play in making ANC attendance to improve, because they need to understand the relevance for them to even allow the women to come out. If they don't understand the relevance, they may not see it as something important for them to come to the hospital. So they have a very significant role, because a woman cannot just get up and say, I'm coming to hospital. So the male partners actually, they have very significant role in terms of all reproductive health services like the family planning, antenatal care. So they have a very significant role because they are the head of the family. They are the ones that give them permission to come to the hospital.
Usually what we do is when we see them, we counsel. So we talk to the husband, we talk to the relatives, and if the woman is someone you can talk to, then you talk to her in the dialect that she can understand. We talk to them about the risk, we talk to them about the benefit, and we talk to them about the importance of obtaining care on the complication she comes with. And in majority of cases, after this counseling, repeated counseling, and usually it's level by level. So usually if a junior doctor sees, he counsel the next senior doctor like that until we get to the highest order of the doctors in the cadre. Eventually, sometimes we get even to the hospital management, and then eventually to the hospital lawyer. But most of the cases after a lot of counseling, because most of our patients, the problem we have is funds. So now with some of the interventions that are on the ground now, where if you come with an obstetric emergency or a gynecological emergency, you are treated for free. So when they come, and when you talk to them and they said no, and then you said, oh no, but this thing that we're going to do for your wife is going to be free. Even after the problem, we're going to enroll her in NHS and she's going to be having free medical services. Then eventually you say, oh, no problem, you can go ahead.
That's a muhimmancin awo musamman ga mace mai farkon haihuwa.
I know the importance of ANC, especially for first-time mothers who have no experience. There are medical advice that doctors give to pregnant women, and you have to attend ANC to get that. My advice to men, including myself, is that a woman is a thing of honor, especially the health of your family is your health.
No woman should have to choose between tradition and survival. They should have access to healthcare, awareness, timely action. These are the tools to save lives. Until every woman can give birth safely, until no family has to mourn what should be a celebration, the story is not over.
Good day, viewers at home. My name remains Dr. Aminu Abdullahi Abikarim, being the GM of Greenland Natural Medicine. Greenland Natural Medicine is a center for alternative therapy, and as usual, Greenland Natural Medicine is also available to give you more about your health-related issues. Greenland Natural Medicine is a company existing for 23 years in practice, and we have all our products researched from over 36 countries in the world. Greenland Natural Medicine is all about alternative medicine, which we also call traditional medicine, which we also call herbal medicines. You can call it anyhow you want it. But for now, we are going to go on alternative medicine. Alternative medicine has been proven very effective when it comes to health-related issues. All these things are 100% natural. They are 100% organic. Their side effects are quantified to be zero. These are things that you use nature to take care of nature. You don't use chemicals or any other things to distract some organs in your body. Please, in Greenland Natural Medicine, our products are well satisfied for your consumption. All the necessary agency, NAFDAC, and so on are satisfied with our product. And Greenland Natural Medicine is a center where all the research are here developed and make sure that you have the best. Affiliations to Germany, India, China, and so on. So many companies, Indonesia, and so on. Please, all these products are very, very good. We find them very effective before we bring them down to the country. And Greenland Natural Medicine is a center where anything that has to do with your health-related issues, don't hesitate. Give us a call, and our customer care are available to attend to you. For those who want to go into visual consultation, there's a token charge for that. You can have a doctor to have a visual consultation with him, and when it's available, they will build the product down to your doorstep. For those who are coming down to the office, we prefer that, because knowing the kind of people you are dealing with speaks a lot. For those who we have not mentioned the kind of health challenge you have, don't hesitate as well. Pick up those numbers on your screen or the addresses and try and visit our physical address, or pick us those calls and give us a call, or I'll assure you your problem will never remain the same. Greenland Natural Medicine is divided into 3 sections. We have a section that goes with all that has to do with general eye problems, be it glaucoma, cataract, pterygium, myopia, and so on. If you have any kind of eye-related issue, be it glaucoma. Yes, one would talk about glaucoma. So many people don't even know what glaucoma means. Yes, glaucoma is the damage of the optic nerves. That optic nerve is the one that supports generates information to the brain. It gives information strictly to the brain, and that will now give you the sensitivity of knowing what to all talking about. Also, we have the one that talks about the cataract. Cataract is a serious eye problem too, which can also high blood pressure, diabetes, and so on and so forth. They can also experience deterioration of the vision very fast. And those who don't have that, give you the appointment on the day the doctor will be in your closest branch.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining us on the news. I'm Ruth Aguwele. My sign language interpreter is Precious Uzomina. Let's begin. With the headlines. More Nigerian pilgrims moved to Mina ahead of full Hajj. Plus, Iran accuses 11 volunteers under the Nigerian Technical Aid Corps who served in Uganda for 2 years have returned to Nigeria. At a debrief ceremony organized for
it cost him to Uganda. They served across Uganda universities where they helped to enhance teaching, learning and research, and also enhancing Nigeria's soft power there.
We have during this 3 years of Mr. President's tenure, deployed lots of technical manpower to Africa, Caribbean, and the Pacific. As,
appreciate it, and by the time we're coming, they send their regards to the government and the good people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The returning volunteers are now expected
بگیم که این به معنای این هست
Iran foreign ministry spokesman Ismail Bakai during a weekly news briefing on Monday said it is correct to say that Tehran and Washington have reached a conclusion of an agreement. The remarks come Iran said it was finalizing a 14-point framework for a deal on ending the war with the United States, which broke out on February 28. Iran's nuclear program, a key sticking point for Washington. Were not included, and that the issue would only be discussed after the two sides agree on the framework clauses on ending the U.S. naval blockade on Iran.
We thought we might have some news last night, maybe today. I wouldn't read too much into it. It takes a little while to hear back. So we have what I think is a pretty solid thing on the table. Their ability to open up the straits, get the straits open, and enter into a very real, significant time.
Iran, which has only allowed a trickle of ships to pass through the strait, has insisted that vessels obtain permission from its armed forces before transit.
Poplio de Fortins has called for the disarming of artificial intelligence. In his long-awaited manifesto on the rapidly developing technology. Warning of new forms of slavery behind its rise. Just as
AI-directed weaponry, saying it was not permissible to turn trust little decisions to take. Disarming AI means freeing it from the mentality of armed competition, emphasizing that to disarm does not mean rejecting technology, but preventing it from dominating
and indicating paths forward for humanity. Like nuclear energy, it must be at the service of all and of the common good. Decisions about technology must never be separate
of goodwill to do what His Holiness has done here. To take seriously to look closely and to push events in a better direction. We need informed critics who will tell the labs when we are failing.
was beset by serious safety violations. The blast at the Liu Zhengyu shaft in Jiangxi province on Friday was the country's worst mining disaster in nearly 2 decades search of the tunnel covering every possible location. Authorities launched an investigation into the blast, saying preliminary findings showed the group operating NTA News.
African countries today join the rest of the world in celebrating Africa Day 2026 with leaders and stakeholders renewing calls for unity, peace, economic growth, and African heritage. Regional cooperation. In Nigeria, government institutions, civil society groups, and cultural organizations are participating in events designed to promote African values, unity, and development. The Africa Day continues to symbolize the continent's resilience, diversity, and shared aspiration for a more prosperous future. Now, 61 years after the OAU was formed, indeed, as Africans, right? But, you know, specifically looking at the significance of the day, we hear unity, we hear integration, we hear development, but what really is the focus for us as Africans?
And peace remain the major focus for us as Africans. And if you look back 63 years after, if Kwame